The controversy over dismantled equipment behind Cleveland's main post office is growing. Some say this is just one example of changes the United States Postal Service is making across the country that could slow mail months before the November election. Last week, the USPS sent a letter to Ohio saying it could have trouble meeting mail-in voting deadlines. 5 on Your Side investigator Joe Paganakis live for us from the main post office in Cleveland. Joe, big question. Could the idled equipment contribute to that problem?
Well, Frank, the U.S. Postal Service says no, but the Postal Union says there is other dismantled mail sorting equipment inside of main headquarters here on Orange Avenue, and concerns, especially if the Trump administration doesn't come up with more funding to deal with what is expected to be an onslaught of mail-in ballots come November.
Over the weekend, News 5 was sent video and pictures of disassembled sorting equipment just sitting outside behind main postal headquarters on Orange Avenue in Cleveland. The pictures sent by concerned citizens worried the dismantled equipment could be just another part of an alleged effort by the Trump administration to impair voter turnout by reducing Postal Service ability to handle mail-in ballots. But in a statement issued to News 5, the U.S. Postal Service said the machines were not for letter and postcard sorting, saying the machine was moved months ago and it's one that was used to process flats like magazines, which is a class of mail volume that has declined over the years.
Several letter sorting machines that were also dismantled.
But the Cleveland American Postal Workers Union says other letter sorting machines inside headquarters have been taken offline in recent weeks and months in what it says appears to be a Postal Service slowdown.
They haven't even moved those machines out of the building. They just dismantled them and they're just laying there in the middle of the floor.
Meanwhile, this U.S. Postal Service Inspector General audit report showing Cleveland performing more than 16% below the national average in processing election and political mail in the 2018 midterm elections. Add that to Postal Worker Union concerns over budget issues and coronavirus impact.
When you cut the overtime along with the people not showing up for work for whatever the reason, if they're sick or just being quarantined, that puts a strain on the system. So there is a concern.
And still, Frank, the union remains confident that it will get the job done, but says politics should not be part of the equation, that more funding is needed to ensure success, Frank, come Election Day.
Well, and Joe, we know there's also concern about the absentee ballot deadline.
That's right, Frank. The Postal Service did warn that the deadline to request those absentee ballots in some states like Ohio is simply too close to Election Day.
All right, thank you, Joe. And nearly